You have no business being here. You'll never drive any of these cars. You don't know who I am. You don't know how I'm built.
What do you think that guy would do on a daily basis? I'm like, well, he's probably not getting drunk every night, smoking weed, watching Netflix. He's probably reading books. First one in, last one out, blah, 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 blah. You got to check to see who's around you to give you the advice that you definitely need. But then again, at the exact same time, maybe you're not even ready for it. You're really fucking good. And you have no idea the real opportunity if you just are disciplined.
What habit or I would say belief you had to kill within yourself to evolve to the person you are today?
I would say one of the biggest old habits or like limiting beliefs that I previously had that I've had to kill off is valuing myself based on my perceived value other people have of me.
Okay.
I spent a really good chunk of my sales career. I mean, in my defense, I was in my 20s and I was making just enough money to party. But like I spent a good chunk of my 20s like chasing the validation of girls and seeing like, am I good enough to get a date, and that just led to a lot of, going to the bar a lot and partying and, just I realized that is just a broken route. And that if I ever really wanted to obtain what I wanted most, I'd have to let go of that and use my own work as my own personal validation and see the value in myself that way.
I love what you just said, right? Because it seems like at that point in your career, you're making money, but you just don't know better.
Right.
So you're just going through the motions, right? So what advice do you know today that you have received from someone that you needed at that time? Like, what would you say made that paradigm shift say, yeah, I got to stop this thing?
I really wish that I would have had somebody on my team or a mentor or somebody in my network, just a random Ferrari guy, just pull over and be like, dude, here's the game.
Yeah.
And I wish somebody would have just told me like, bro, you're really fucking good. And you have no idea the real opportunity if you just are disciplined. And if you just do this every single day and you live below your means, like it doesn't matter if you're knocking doors, if you're making cold calls at Axe Elite, or if you're selling ice cream, you're going to fucking kill it.
I love that.
I wish somebody would have told me that because I probably would have heard that out. Interesting story. Sooner or later, somebody did kind of give me that advice. I had an opportunity to speak to a very successful person prior to moving to Miami. And they gave me kind of the be, do, have lesson.
Yeah, I
they're
love
like,
that.
what's one thing, dude, that you've always just wanted?
Yeah.
I'm like, a Porsche 911. They're like, okay, be that person right now. I'm like, dude, come on. That's stupid. I'm not a Porsche. Be that guy right now. Close your eyes and just be that person. Okay, fine. What do you think that guy would do on a daily basis? I'm like, well, he's probably not getting drunk every night, smoking weed, watching Netflix. He's probably reading books. First one in, last one out, blah, 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 blah. He's like, cool, do that stuff. And in about 18, 24 months, I can almost guarantee you'll probably be driving a Porsche 911.
Wow.
And literally, he was probably a couple months off, but that's about how long it took from that moment of me understanding that. You got to check to see who's around you to give you the advice that you definitely need.
Yeah.
But then again, at the exact same time, maybe you're not even ready for it. You kind of have to be listening and aligned to the advice that you do need, or else you might just write it off. I don't know. Yeah,
I'll never forget when I was 18 and I went vision hunting. I don't know if you know what that is, like going to see mansions, cars, all this stuff. And I was with my team at that point. I'm like, let's go vision hunting. We go to one of the richest areas in Connecticut. And I don't know better. All the Maseratis are parked outside, and I go in. It's late at night, Sunday night. It's dark. I go in and look at every single Maserati, and I still have a picture because I had them take a picture. I'm like, one day I'm gonna drive a Maserati. Have the security guard, the manager come out. Like, you have no business being here. You'll never drive any of these cars, right? And I'm like burning with just anger. Like, you don't know who I am. You don't know how I'm built. You have no idea the things that I want in my life. And watch, I'm going to get it. It's like, yeah, just get out of my parking lot and you're never going to amount to anything. These cars are way too expensive for you. And I remember, right, the day that I got my Maserati, right? Yeah, so it's like that moment of just like, you know what? I proved you wrong and I proved myself right? And being able to, like, somebody told you about be, do, have, right? For me, I didn't have anyone tell me, but it's almost like I started to ask myself, like, well, who drives these cars? Because he made a comment, he goes, people like you, that's what he said, people like you don't drive cars like this.
Yes.
And when he said that, I'm like, when you say people like me, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And are there different type of people? who are these people? Like, I didn't take it as offense. I'm like, well, what do those people do? Where do they live? What do they, study? Or what kind of jobs do they do? And when I got that, I was like, okay, let me just look up how do these people operate? What type of mindset they have? And I started to study this, and a lot of things have changed for me. So I can relate to that a lot.